And I'm back in the room. So, as I was walking, just things popping up in my mind. And what I've realised is that I'm in a unique position, right? Where I know I've been protected from all forms of death magic, whether it be voodoo, Santeria, that's what it's called, right? Or Bruja, Haitian voodoo, Jamaican voodoo, South African voodoo, whatever types of fucking voodoo there is, because there's even ancient, two magpies, ancient Asian voodoo. I mean, the people that I've been dealing with, well, namely dumb family members.
Some people are really fucking stupid. Did you ever notice that? How many really stupid people you run into during the day? God damn, there's a lot of stupid bastards walking around. Carry a little pad and pencil with you. You wind up with 30 or 40 names by the end of the day. Look at it this way. Think of how stupid the average person is, and then realize half of them are stupider than that. And it doesn't take you very long to spot one of them, does it? Take you about 8 seconds. You'll be listening to some guy. You say, this guy is fucking stupid. Then there are some people, they're not stupid, they're full of shit. That doesn't take very long to spot either, does it? Take you about the same amount of time. You'll be listening to some guy and say, well, he's fairly intelligent. He's full of shit. Then there are some people, they're not stupid, they're not full of shit, they're fucking nuts. Dan Quayle is all three. All three. Stupid, full of shit, and fucking nuts.
But they're all in cahoots with secret societies. So secret societies such as the Freemasons, the Eastern Stars. But this is a global thing. And I just have to sort of like remember to always temper my hubris, right? And just remember, if you find yourself in a unique position where you are better off, you are financially better off, and you are situated in a rural position, all right, where you're away from all the riffraff, all the idiots.
Think of how stupid the average person is, and then realize half of them are stupider than that.
All the docile robots, all the slaves, all the easily corrupted individuals who do strange things for change because, you know, they're just desperate for cash. Whether that be like people of the Scissor Sisterhood or the Backdoor Brotherhood. Use your imagination, because a lot of these secret societies are into bestiality, right? The homosexuals, the bisexuals, the swingers, right? They're into child molestation. They're into snuff films. They're into all kinds of BDSM. Right, any kind of sexual depravity you could think of, they're into it. That's a fact.
That's the fact, Jack! That's a fact, Jack!
Right, so they will do strange things for change.
Do something strange for a little piece of change.
If it keeps them in a position of like comfort, whether that's like paying people to stalk an individual. Alright, because this happens. This happens, and I have the first hand account of that. Because when you are out, right, and you're from a small community, right, and even then you very rarely see certain types of people that clearly have undiagnosed mental health disorders. you know, who are clearly confused about their sexuality and will get down scissoring or taking it both holes. You know what I mean? Or they'll kidnap young children and sex traffic them for a few quid. There's lots of creepy freaks in my local community and in the county who are prepared to do some freaky shit, as well as bent coppers who have been poking the fat wheel and have got an incurable STD.
Damn!
That's what they have got. And if they've got partners, right, they're then going back to the partner, having sex with them and spreading it. And if their partner's a dishonest individual, which by now they probably will be, which by now they probably will be, because they'll all have received demonic possession, because they've been poking a demonically possessed slut.
Yo, she bitch. Let's go.
Right, who takes it always and is down for doing anything because they want to be initiated into this fucking sex cult, and that includes murdering people, raping people, drugging people, poisoning people. You know, they're down for any kind of freaky shit. Just watch and wait for her the pervert to move on.
It's like girls are a different species or something.
Oh, who needs them? You like popsicles?
Well, sure.
And you need to come on down to the cellar. I got a whole freezer full of popsicles.
No thanks. I gotta get going.
Oh, don't make me beg now.
You're funny. Bye.
Get your fat ass back here.
Right? They're down for all kinds of shit like that. And they'll do anything for money. I mean, these are truly sad people. I mean, the fat Yeti, Jabba the Slut, has basically been living as me on paper. Stole my identity because I think this one wants to transition themselves into a man because it's never been a woman. It's always been a bloke. It's always been very masculine for a female. It's like in tarot readings, right? Now I know, especially when they do general readings, if you're to do a personal reading, then you tapped into that single energy, right? And so you can get a better outlay of the trials and tribulations you've been going through, or what your story is, things like that. But in general readings, right? And this is programming that they need to break free from as well, because they distinguish masculine and feminine. They automatically assume if the divine masculine card comes out that it's a man, or if the divine feminine card comes out, they automatically assume it's men or women. They automatically just assume gender, right? When at the end of the day we all embody masculine and feminine energies, right? And a man can embody divine feminine energy, and women can embody divine masculine energy, right? They're not mutually exclusive. Now I understand that, yes, when it comes out as masculine, it could be a male, and when it comes out as feminine, it could be a female. But when you're doing a general reading, you're just automatically assuming gender, right? Which is not specifically a bad thing, but you then. I suppose I should just pop in to this section here and just finish off what I was trying to say is, before I move on to the next part of what I was talking, because when you're walking and talking and you're channeling information, you've got so much you want to get out. There's pieces you miss, and so it doesn't feel like you've completed what you want to explain. But basically, when I was talking about the divine masculine, divine feminine, by and large, most people just take it as for it is. Feminine just means women, masculine just means male. The sometimes even though they know this, they get stuck in a sort of programming, because you know, at the end of the day in this matrix we all have some form of programming that we haven't broke free from, and in this instance it's like that for when they reading tarot cards, especially in general readings, when they tap into a lot of energies, and you know, just because the divine masculine comes out, it just could be a divine feminine in the divine masculine energy, and vice versa. Divine masculine could be in his divine feminine energy, especially if they're in the process of receiving, you know, things like that. But also it goes on a deeper level. See, we all of us who have been called upon to go on our journey by the Most High, we've all been given the sight in one way or another. Our third eye has been opened, and we all have the sight, whether it's through reading energy and reading people through tarot cards, because at the end of the day, tarot cards is a tool, just like everything else, just to give you more of an in-depth message as to what you're trying to convey. Whereas myself, for the last 13 years coming up, my ego has been worked upon by the Most High, my spirit guides, because of the things that I've been shown, the things that I've had to overcome, because I've been getting prepared. And so I've had to, like, my ego has had to have been broken really down to the point where I'm more accepting of what's been presented to me. Whereas some readers, it's quite ironic. Readers are tapping into energies, they're communicating with spirits, you know, whether it's a psychic medium, whether you're interacting with the dead, you're channeling messages from source, things like that, but draw the line at Donald Trump's stage in his own shootings, and that it's not a scripted reality in order to con the masses to win them over. You know, obviously they draw the line at that, and you sometimes like give them a side eye, you know what I mean? Whereas myself, I've had many revelations presented to me on my journey while doing my walk, my spiritual walk, such as how 90% of the entertainment industry, whether it's music, TV or Hollywood, 90% of them are trannies. So Scarlett Johansson, you would think she was like a feminine, looks feminine, yeah, has tits and all that, might have had the up and have a minge and all that, yeah, a pussy, you know what I mean? But no, that's a man. Yeah, that's a man. And such as like Robert Downey Jr. looks like a man, very masculine, yeah. No, that's a female. It's just that they're from these generational families who invert the children as soon as they come out. Do you know what I mean? That's even if they come out there, because they have their own breeding program as well. I'll refer you to The Island with Scarlett Johansson and Ewan McGregor. I think it was about 2005 or 2008, around about that time. Yeah. The things they tell you in movies are actually the truth. It's like science, lies presented as truth. Science fiction, truth presented as lies. Because in this reality, in this matrix, everything's inverted. So, and I've got the eyes to see and the ears to hear with regards to that, and how it's a scripted reality, and how many public figures play many parts. Just like when you quote Shakespeare, and it's very true, the world is a stage, and a man will play many roles in his lifetime. Let's not, maybe not verbatim, you know, I'm paraphrasing, but something to that effect. And so when I watch readers who will be oblivious to the information that I know, and they talk about masculine and feminine, and they think of these actors and actresses and music stars as females and males, it's just like, no. Convincing, yeah, because they invert before puberty, come off estrogen, put on testosterone, vice versa, and that's how these females look masculine. And there's all sort of telltale signs like brow ridge and bone structure. Women have more angles, no, more curves, men have more angles, type of thing. But like, there's a variety, you know what I mean? And it's like everything else, your eyes is a muscle, and you have to train it once you've been given the sight to see beyond the veil. Just like how to spot actors, which I'll get more into in another video. But yeah, so yeah, that's why I have my disagreements with the masculine and feminine, divine masculine, divine feminine, because it's more convoluted than that. But it's only if you know this, and for those who don't know, their ego stops them from accepting this blatant fact. But it's not a gripe, it's just an understanding I have that others may not have. And so I thought I would just come in there and add a bit more context. I'll just move on to the next part, which I'm going to talk about how people who give their opinion based on their traumatic experiences can rightly or wrongly influence someone, and that could affect them, which maybe you shouldn't do, or phrase it differently instead of as matter-of-factly, because at the end of the day there's lots of programmers we've got to break free from that a lot of people still stick to, which is understandable. But like over the last 13 years, I've had a lot of breakthroughs when it comes to programming and how to break free from it. But I'll stop it there and we can move on to the next part. But then what starts happening is a lot of these readers may not be fully healed. I mean, we're all, it's like a continuous process. And then they start giving their traumatic views from their past experiences on how things should be done, when in reality you should just, like, in time, just heal those traumas, right, and stop inputting your opinion and influencing people based off of your trauma, right? You should always give an opposing view as to your own traumatic view. I appreciate that we all go through some fucking crazy shit. Right, some worse than others. Right, we all have bad experiences, right? And what tends to happen is, while you're delivering these readings, you're like giving advice based off your traumatic experience, whereas the person you're giving that advice to may not have had that traumatic experience, right? And so you persuade them in a way to not follow the heart. When at the end of the day, you should always follow your heart, right? Follow your decisions. I mean, you can listen to the advice given, but it's ultimately your decision as to how you're going to approach a certain situation, right? And I just realised, because I'm a fast learner, right? I've been here many times. This isn't my first rodeo in this realm.
Don't fuck with me, fellas! This ain't my first time at the rodeo.
Because it's like a game, it's a realm. This is a school, right? Other people tell you it's a game, or it's a synthetic reality, but it's a base reality, right? Where we come to learn things. Hello there. Right, so we come here to learn from karmic lessons from previous lives. We all sign contracts and agreements, all of us. And so when we reincarnate, we come back, you know, as whatever character that is, whether it's a man or a woman. We're here to learn lessons, right? And the only way we elevate and ascend is by overcoming those karmic lessons that we have not learned from previous lifetimes, right? And so you keep coming back. You know what I mean? It's like the slate gets wiped clean, you come back again, start as afresh. Because if you did come back with former memories of a former life, it could be a corrupt experience, you know? And so it's good to start afresh, to learn from those lessons. And all the while you're going through this experience again, right? You have your guardian angels, you have your spiritual protection, right? And they're here recording everything that you do. Everything that you've done is recorded in your Akashic records, right? From this life, from former lives, right? And then it'll be added to the next life if you come back again. Because it's all about learning and progressing, moving forward, elevate and ascend to move on. Because there are many realms which we can ascend to as we move through. this world. And remember, it is just a school to teach us this whole 9 to 5 bullshit, this whole matrix construct is being cast as an illusion, because we're not meant to be worker bees. We're not meant to come here as drones, but we have duality, right? So you can't have one without the other, and it's all about breaking free from this illusion that's been cast over us, right? And that's by awakening to the fact that we've been placed in an illusion, in a scenario which is not for our higher cause, right? And so we need to break free from that. And these controllers.
Hello, Neo.
Who are you?
I am the architect. I created the Matrix. I've been waiting for you.
These gatekeepers, however you want to describe them, right, are here to try and keep us in a prison.
A prison for your mind.
Because at the end of the day, they're energy vampires. Now, there was a section in the Matrix where Morpheus was just basically telling Neo how we're all condensed into a Duracell battery.
Control. The Matrix is a computer-generated dream world, built to keep us under control in order to change a human being into this.
Now, we're not all physically going to transfigure into a battery, but the energy that we emanate is siphoned off from us, from the parasite elite, from these pedos, you know? And so they feast on our energy and harvest our energy and keep us drained, keep us in fear, keep us in a low vibrational state, right? And if you're kept in that fearsome low vibrational state, you'll never progress, you'll never ascend, because you will always be in fear. But when you break free from that construct and you no longer fear the unknown, you ascend, you elevate, and you move forward, and you don't keep repeating the same karmic lessons as my idiot family members in this late lifetime.
Fucking stupid!
Are doing, and I've realised they're not even my real family, and I'm adopted. And not only that, I could have been kidnapped or switched at birth, because at the moment the so-called mother I'm caring for let slip because her mental state's not that great. And I realise that certain other family members have contributed to the vegetative mind state my so-called mother is in through black magic, which they tried to do to me, which they tried to have me as a vegetable or describe as insane or incompetent, because that's the SME campaign they've been throwing around to try to make us look like I'm one thing and not the other. But they've thrown too many stones and hid their hands for far too long, and none of the tactics have worked. But their impulsiveness has led them to their own demise, and I didn't even have to lift a finger. I just had to be 10 toes down, resilient, and show perseverance and fight back non-violently. Because I don't know whether you know this, or so-called Lilliputians, who are only small truthers, only small, but it seem to have the biggest mouth, like a Yorkie Terrier, an ankle biter, and they talk about spirituality, and they talk about meditation, right? And in the next breath, they're inciting violence and murder, death, kill. It's like, well, yeah, you're a spiritualist, all right, a dark spiritualist. They like inciting violence and death, murder, death, kill.
MDK. Murder, death, kill.
And do you actually understand karmic laws, universal laws, and spiritual laws, and the amount of fucking debt, the amount of karmic debt you will amass by taking the life of another because of some little short ass who hasn't got the balls to do it himself, But talks big. He talks a big game. But we all know you've got little mincy faggot balls and no brow ridge. And men are supposed to have brow ridge. It has a fuzzy fucking beard from all the testosterone it's been taken, but no brow ridge. And it talks a big talk.
Very good. But brick, not hit back.
Behind these 12-foot walls and his cryptocurrencies and his big tough speeches. Yeah? But if you had to walk a mile in my shoes, you'd be fucking 6 feet under. But yeah, so to bring us back to the original point that I started with, be grateful for where you are, right? And show humility, right? If you're going to be a cocky little cunt who's not going to be able to put up, just shut up. Do you know what I mean? Like, we can all talk big talk on a camera, right? In the safety of your 12-foot wall on your ranch. You know, inciting people to go out and kill people. Well, these controllers, right, first of all, right, they've already been replaced. They've already been killed and cloned.
They kill you if you try to walk away, and they clone you.
Replaced, and now a demonic entity resides in the meat vessel that's been cloned from the death of the so-called person you're trying to incite other people, other honest living people to go out and kill. It's like, no, that's not how you do that. Their time will come, right? Let me explain divine timing to you. 1,000 years in our time is just 24 hours in divine timing, right? So you've got to learn patience. Inciting violence is never a good idea, right? Inciting violence and then try to say that these people are heroes for going out murdering people. These people who caused all this carnage, they will be dealt with. You just have to be patient. And the very NPCs you like to ridicule, or these truthers like to ridicule, well, these controllers will fall at their hands before they're all taken out. Because might I remind you that all these pedo elites who are used to do the will of the devil, of Satan, of Lucifer, whoever you want to, you know, Moloch, whoever, right? They all will fall. They're all going to one place, and one place only. And it's already been written that the New World Order will crumble. You just have to be patient. And no, not all of us are going to make it. There will be countless lives taken from this earth. Even you, who likes to incite violence and death on others, who thinks he's safe within these 12 feet walls on his ranch.
You'd probably better duck and take cover as Ukrainian forces experiment with this, an RPG-carrying drone, seen here being put through its paces and designed to deliver an unexpected blast from above.
In the middle of nowhere, talking his big talk. Even you're not safe, no matter where you are, no matter which country you are in the world. The hand is already stretched into every fucking pie. The finger has been placed in every pie, in every country, all over this plane. Alright? And so, none of us are safe unless you get right with God. And that's when all kinds of miracles will start happening. But trying to be like this mature bloke inciting people to go up and kill people, yeah. It's impressing no one. It just makes you look like a little prick with tiny faggot balls that doesn't have a brow ridge. and who believes he's as subtle, and his observation of me is subtle, but it's not subtle to someone who's tapped in, you see. And if your partner is as tapped in as you say she is, then she knows I know, and you're about as subtle as a sledgehammer cracking a pair of testicles open. So not very, okay? And the spiritual world is very real. My protection is very real. And I'm very grateful for that protection. I'm humbled by it. And I will always temper my hubris. And to just be mindful that no matter the position you're in, it could always be worse. But it's always good to show gratitude, because the Most High giveth, the Most High taketh away. And if you're going to be some sort of little big mouth that would never back up what you preach, it's best to just temper your hubris and remain in gratitude for the life you have, because that can be taken away. And remember, the spiritual realm is watching everyone, and it's all been recorded, and it's all been put in the Akashic records. So be good and be careful. Stop trying to incite violence. Stop trying to incite people to murder other people, right? Because it just shows you for what you are. A wolf in sheep's clothing, and I can spot a shady cunt from a mile away, because I'm basically a walking polygraph at this point in my ascension. But yeah, temper your hubris and be grateful for the life you have, for our time is short, and all luxuries can be taken away. So just be grateful and remember, we're watching you. Right, I'll leave it there, and I'll come back later with some more research from a wonderful researcher called Ed Chiarini, aka Dallas Goldbug. He exposes all the gatekeeper truthers and how full of shit they really are. And like all people who are called out, they always accuse the other person of being crazy. And all along, it's the truth that's being told. And it really gets up the nose of these gatekeeper truthers, who think because they're saying all the right things that they, that they're in good stead with the Creator, with Source. But we know what you've done. We watch, we record. We know if you've been good, we know if you've been bad, we know if you've been naughty, and we know if you've been nice, and we're not talking about fucking Santa Claus. But yeah, just remember, you're always being watched. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. We all vibrate on different frequencies, you see. Such as our visible light is 0.005% or 0.5% our band of visible light, because we vibrate on a certain frequency. But not all of us vibrate on the same frequency. That's why cats and dogs can see ethereal entities, because their vision is on a different frequency to our own. But soon, pretty soon, we're literally going to see angels and demons fighting in the flesh. Pretty soon, World War III will be on our doorstep. And, well, all this artificial intelligence that's being released now by Elon Husky Muskie, that's nothing compared to what they actually have. This is just what they show you. But what they actually have is going to be implemented in the next World War. So you, being in your 12-foot walled surrounded farm is going to be nothing to what's coming for you. So get ready for that. But get right with God. Get right with the Most High. Get right with the Creator. Get right with Source. Get on your knees and pray. Because soon, as beautiful as all this is, right? Chaos is coming, war is coming, and pretty soon nowhere on this earth is going to be safe. Nowhere. So just get ready for that. And just because you have an underground bunker doesn't mean you can escape Source, the spiritual realm. Just like everyone who used death magic against me and who teamed up against me and who stabbed us in the back, nobody's free from the spiritual realm. And I fuck with light and dark duality. So that's Ogun, Oshun, Papa Ilegba, Baba Yaga, Shiva, Kali, marine spirits, all that jazz. You can summon all you want. They will not accept your offerings, and it'll just be sent right back to you, and you will suffer as you are suffering. As like I said already, you'll all get sick and die. That's exactly what's happening. Tell me I'm wrong, but I think I'll leave it there for now, and I'll come back with another video. Because I've made a couple now, and I think I'll break them down because they take a while to upload and they're a big file. But yeah, we'll leave it there. I'll see you later.
Revolution. Revolution.